Welcome back to another I-71 Rundown, your home for real Ohio sports. We just watched the Guardians get shut out by another left-handed pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds. Super disappointing. And one of the most disappointing things is the fact that we're not seeing Kyle Manzardo. And today, we're going to call them out for this. And we're going to have to see something. They're going to have to fix this. The way they're mishandling one of their most promising young hitters in Kyle Manzardo. After trading Josh Naylor this offseason, Cleveland brought in Carlos Santana on a one-year deal. Been good, been solid, veteran. Has helped a lot of these young guys learn how to manage the strike zone, control the strike zone, and I think for the most part we've seen a lot of less chasing. And I think we can give a little bit of credit to Carlos Santana for that. So very happy with what Santana's provided. Veteran bat, still productive, like I said, and a good glove. So I can't complain. But here's the issue. Kyle Manzardo, a 24-year-old slugging prospect, is basically been taken out of the lineup since David Fry's returned. So far in 2025, Kyle Manzardo is hitting .203. Not great by any stretch of the imagination, but with 11 home runs and 29 RBIs and a 718 OPS and 192 at-bats, that's real pop that we haven't seen in a while. And not to mention, and this is the worst part, and this is the part that needs to change, is he's posted an OPS over 900 against left-handed pitchers. Why are we not seeing Kyle Manzardo play against left-handed pitchers? This is supposed to be a development year. They cleared out what we thought it was Josh Naylor clearing out to make way for Kyle Manzardo, and now we're taking away one of our best power bats and putting him on the bench to not play. Speaking of David Fry, like I mentioned, he can't play the field. He can't throw. And so essentially he's become our DH. And I think he's the DH against left-handed pitching, which means when left-handed pitchers aren't playing or pitching, Kyle Manzardo's out. And for the last week, I feel like all we've done is face left-handed pitching. And so we haven't seen Kyle Manzardo. He sat 6 games out of the last 8. And I don't want to slam David Fry, who has had a moment, but Fry's 28 years old. He's had 8 good weeks in his career, and he's gave us a couple outstanding moments in the playoffs, but he's not a part of the future. Kyle Manzardo is supposed to be part of this future. And we can't we can't let 30 homers and 100 RBIs walk out the door, trade him away to clear space for Kyle Manzardo and then not play him. It doesn't make any sense. And to go a little bit deeper into this, the bigger issue with Cleveland in general is their obsession with platoons. We're seeing it also with Daniel Schneemann, who, if Daniel Schneemann kept playing, we might be seeing an all-star this season. Manzardo is already being limited to only facing right-hand hitters, along with Daniel Schneemann. Nolan Jones also is in that boat, but even though he just got to play tonight, like I said before, Manzardo's crushing left-handed pitching, and Nolan Jones has essentially been pretty much the same hitter against left-handed pitching as he is against right-handed pitching. The over-reliance on matchups is killing the development of our young players. Can't create everyday players to be treated like part-time puzzle pieces. It just doesn't work. Cleveland is not a $250 million team. They can't afford to just maximize matchups forever. They need to grow complete players, let their young players learn, develop, get better, go through the trials and tribulations of 162-game seasons, and just getting more at-bats and seeing more pitches. The more pitches they see, the better things are going to be in the long term. And I think this team's done a great job over the years of building for the future while also playing for the present. And right now, it just seems like they're really not doing either of those things. The real, and here's a real point. If the Guardians don't believe in Manzardo as an everyday guy, they should trade him. He's 24 years old. He's showing power. He still has a prospect shine to him. People are still excited. If you're not going to use him, then deal him where there's value and get something real in return. Because burying his bat and turning him into another platoon guy, that's how you burn value for nothing. He becomes less valuable. The more they don't play him, the less valuable he becomes. Manzardo's not just a player; he's kind of been a symbol of struggle with the Guardians over the last, let's say, 5 years. Since Lindor left and that era of Cleveland baseball, we have had young players that haven't really turned out to be any good. Bobby Bradley comes to mind. Bradley Zimmer comes to mind. Players like that showed promise in the minors, and they come up and they don't really have it, whether it be injuries or whatever, or just not being good enough. For Bobby Bradley's case, they have talent. Chase DeLauder, CJ Kafis, P.D. Camblin. It's just there's good players there, and they're just waiting to be played. You just have to start really commit to just going young and letting these guys play. What do you guys think? Should the Guardians be giving Manzardo everyday at-bats? Would you trade him, ride it out, see if he can learn more time? I think he should play. I think Daniel Sheeman should play. We just lost again to a left-handed pitcher, and the platooning thing is not working. Just play the guys that are good. Just play the best players. Regardless of who's pitching, regardless of what side they hit on, just play them. Let's just see what happens. Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe on the podcast, on the YouTube, on Twitter. We're very active on Twitter, so give us a follow. And for more Guardians content and Real Talk with Ohio Sports, I'm Tyler. Peace.